All right, guys. I was going through YouTube, watching some videos, some old wrestling videos, and it struck me how good a shape Vince McMahon actually has been in over the decades in professional wrestling. I can't speak for today, but I can tell you that Vince is probably in pretty decent shape today. Now, this is a pic of Vince when he was 62 years old. That's pretty damn impressive for a guy that age. And I mean, look at his back here. That is a pretty thick back for a guy that age. Suffering a little bit, from the arms kind of shrinking just a tad, and a thicker waist. That kind of happens when you get older. But you have to wonder from these pics. And it struck me if Vince could have been a successful professional bodybuilder, or at least a top flight, amateur type bodybuilder. You got to wonder, because these are certainly some very good genetics. You can obviously see the thickness in Vince. And, he's always been into bodybuilding. I mean, you can read articles about that. He started the what the heck was that? The WBF, World Bodybuilding Federation? Yeah, I think so. With, had Gary Stridham and Barry DeMay and those guys. He was really big into bodybuilding, really wanted to make bodybuilding mainstream. But, of course, that he paid these guys a lot of money. It didn't pan out, but it is what it is. Vince, look at that pic. Pretty striated. Here he is next to Hogan, holding his own against Hulk Hogan. Hogan's a little older, and here he is again, like I said, 62 years old. That's pretty. Actually, 69. I'm wrong. He's 69 in this pic. That is insane. Wow. No doubt running some TRT or maybe some other things. But big deal. It is what it is at that age. I'm sure that I'll be doing the same thing, and hopefully I can look half that good at that age. But Vince is a hard trainer. Tore both his quads. You don't see a lot of pics of Vince's legs. But if he has that good of genetics, upper body, he could probably build some decent legs. He tore both his quads, of course, jumping into the ring. That's been a little while now. And he was working back from that. I read an article on that. Here he is next to The Rock. Vince, pretty thick dude, front to back. Pretty impressive for a guy his age. And I think he actually, when he was younger, he wasn't. It didn't seem to be near this big when you see the earlier interviews. So Vince got into bodybuilding, and like I said, he wanted to make it mainstream with the WBF, with Barry DeMay, Mike Quinn, Gary Stridham, of course, and those guys unfortunately didn't pan out, like I said. But Vince McMahon, you got to wonder if he had the potential. And looking at this pic here, it sure looks like it, where he could have been possibly a decent professional bodybuilder. I'm not saying Mr. Olympia. I'm just saying these are pretty good genetics, and this is a pretty amazing physique for a 69-year-old guy. That's I guess what he was in this pic. So nevertheless, Vince McMahon, yeah, you gotta be impressed by that. Not only is he they got him listed at 6'2", he's got to be, I would imagine he's 250, 260-ish, probably. Worth, I think he's, I don't know if he's worth over $1 billion now or not. The pay-per-view thing kind of fizzled a little bit. I haven't really researched that, but nevertheless, I guess you could call him a billionaire. It is what it is. So he's a billionaire, lived a great life, and he built a fantastic body. So props to Vince McMahon. From what I hear, he's actually a pretty decent dude as well.